New Jersey. Thank you very much, New Jersey. Because earlier this morning, the New Jersey Devils shut the door on the New York Rangers. And this was a really big deal for Montreal Canadiens fans. For me personally, I was kind of ticked off because Artyom Panarin is on one of my most competitive fantasy teams this week, and I'm losing in that matchup. Artyom Panarin ended up going negative in the game against New Jersey today, but that doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. You know what does matter? The Montreal Canadiens and their playoff odds. Because the New York Rangers lost 4-0 earlier today, it put Montreal in a very good spot. Because at the start of today's festivities, New York, New Jersey was like the first game on schedule. I think it was like 10 a.m. in the morning, something like that. But at the beginning of today, New York had 79 points in 76 games. Montreal had 81 points in 75 games played. So the Habs had 2 more points in 1 fewer game. The New York Rangers lost in regulation, which meant that against the Philadelphia Flyers today, the Montreal Canadiens had a chance to really put in a dagger in New York's playoff rush. In fact, going over to moneypuck.com, it says here that the Montreal Canadiens playoff odds would improve 9.3% up to 72.4% total if they beat the Flyers in regulation. Guess what just happened? The Montreal Canadiens have defeated the Philadelphia Flyers in regulation. 3-2 is the final score, and as you already saw, the Canadiens are locked in. Okay, they're not locked in. They could still lose the playoff spot right now, but they're at 83 points in 76 games played, 4 more points than the Rangers, who have the same amount of games played. And even though the Montreal Canadiens have one of the worst goal differentials in the East, they're still in a playoff spot comfortably. 6-point lead over Detroit Columbus, 7-point lead over the New York Islanders, and a 4-point lead over the Rangers with the same amount of games played. Montreal, assuming they don't blow it, they have a pretty good chance of making the playoffs. Meanwhile, if you go over to the New York Rangers and their numbers, the odds in totality are not updated yet because it's still the same day. It's still Saturday. We gotta wait till tomorrow for the full-on odds to be refreshed. But the Rangers, losing this game against New Jersey in regulation, dropped their odds down 9.7% to a total of 9. So they're not looking all too hot right now. The Montreal Canadiens with 70+%, the Rangers down there at 9%. Obviously, crazier things have happened in the NHL in the past, but with 6 games left for both of these teams, Montreal has a very good lead, and you can attribute today's win to some extremely notable performances from Montreal Canadiens young guys. And you don't even need me to say it because it is right there in the thumbnail. It is on the box score. This was a third period for the ages for the Montreal Canadiens because for most of the first period and all of the second, the Flyers had a 1-0 lead. It was Ryan Poehling who scored his 12th of the season, assisted by Yakemchuk and Cam York. Obviously not a good spot for Montreal to be down early and to continue being down for the remainder of this first and second frame. But the Habs, especially in period number 2, were getting a whole bunch of opportunities, just slowly putting it on goal, getting these shot attempts. Pucks were going into high danger areas, and it wasn't until the third when they actually started to pay off. Because opening up the third period, 1 minute in, it's Brendan Gallagher. What a play by Gally. He ends up getting his 20th goal on the year, which is amazing because he hasn't scored 20 goals in a season in a while. And this one is a grip it and rip it 1T on the side. Beautiful play down low from Jake Evans, receiving the pass from Dvorak. Evans goes to Gallagher at the faceoff circle. He rips it, and it's in the back of the net. Early goal there to give the Canadiens the tie. The Bell Center goes crazy. Gallagher is back out there. He's been a dog all season, one of the best leaders the Montreal Canadiens have had over the past few years. And this is his first 20-goal season in 5 years. The last time he had scored 20 goals on a year was 2019-20, where he had 22 goals in 59 games played, which, thinking about it now, is a really good goal production metric. It's kind of a shame he didn't hit 20 again until this season. Making it 2-1 though, just a minute later, is Lane Hutson. And Hutson gets this goal assisted by Nick Suzuki, but I'll be honest, Nick Suzuki didn't really do anything. He just kind of left the puck over there behind the goal for Hutson. Hutson did everything himself. He started from behind his own goal, he approached the neutral zone, quick cut to the right, quick step back over to the left, dangling the pants off of the Flyers' forecheck. And then he does the same thing to the Flyers' D-man as he waltzes right down the left wing, chucks the puck towards the goal, and it is a beautiful snipe. My gosh, Lane Hutson with the snipe of the year for the Montreal Canadiens. What an amazing showcase of talent there out of the Habs' top young rookie this year. And with a smirk on his face and a beautiful celly, he goes out there and absolutely torches the Philadelphia Flyers with this goal. Suzuki gets the assist, that's fantastic, but Lane Hutson, man, he's got 6 goals on the year. If he keeps on shooting it like that, there's no reason why he can't have like 10 next year, honestly. Okay, he's probably not going to get that angle and that shot to go through more than like 10% of the time, but the fact is he's able to score it this time, and it gives the Habs the lead in a very important game. They build upon it a little bit later too, because whilst short-handed, you have Nick Suzuki, who gets himself a goal off of a really nice clear by Cayden. The puck gets sent down behind the Philadelphia Flyers goal line. The first one to it is actually Suzuki. The Flyers guys didn't really look like they were paying too much attention when the puck was going down. And eventually it's Nick who's there. The goalie can't touch it because it's outside the trapezoid. So Suzuki picks it up, he protects the puck, walks out in front, gets tripped a little bit, and then he takes a shot and he scores. What a weird goal. The fact that Cayden got an assist on this is ridiculous too. He didn't do anything, he just dumped the puck down. It was a nice clear, I'll give you that. It bounced perfectly, so it stayed outside the trapezoid, which allowed Suzuki to pick it up. But man, what a casual-looking goal from Captain Nick Suzuki, who's now got 27 goals on the year with 6 games to go. Can Nick Suzuki hit 30 goals? Can he get 3 goals in his remaining 6 games? I think it's possible. But that doesn't matter. Right now, what matters is the fact that he made the Canadiens go up 3-1, and then the Habs held on to the lead. Tyson Foerster scored with 40 seconds to go on the power play themselves, so whilst the Flyers let up a shorthanded goal to Suzuki earlier on, now they finally score a power play goal. Tyson Foerster is able to take the one-time opportunity in the slot and give Montreal a little bit of a scare with 40 seconds left, but it doesn't matter. Montreal comes away with the victory. They get 2 meaningful points, and they up their playoff odds to a whopping 70%. This is exactly what they needed on a day where New York lost in regulation to the New Jersey Devils. So I'm still ticked off that New Jersey just completely shut down Artemi Panarin. But wow, this was a game, and this was a snipe by Lane Hutson. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about Montreal defeating Philadelphia 3-2 in a comeback win. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.